Good morning. You all look wonderful. I'm Dr. Kenneth Johnson, DO, from the class of 1991 at Nova Southeastern University. I'm honored to serve as the Master of Ceremony today. I welcome you to the first joint white coat ceremony for the Nova Southeastern University Dr. Kiran C. Patel College of Osteopathic Medicine and the Dr. Kiran C. Patel College of Allopathic Medicine. Come on now, you can do better than that. I did say the first joint. That was outstanding. It's a pleasure to be here honoring the members of the class of 2022 as they begin a lifelong journey in the study and practice of medicine. You have worked hard to earn your place in the class, and you are to be commended for your efforts. Come on now, you need to do better than that. This is to honor your accomplishments and to remind you of what you have ahead. The white coat ceremony is the initial step in professional development of a caring, humanistic physician. It's my distinct pleasure to call to the podium the President and CEO of Nova Southeastern University, Dr. George L. Hanberry II.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. Can you hear me now? And good morning to all of the students and to all of the loved ones who came to see this very momentous occasion for the recognition of this white coat ceremony for, as Dr. Johnson said, the beginning of your role in one of the most noble professions to mankind, the field of being a physician. You know, when I was preparing my thoughts for this morning, I was curious as to where the shortage would be of physicians by 2030. So like most good scholars doing research, I turned to Google. And I Googled physician shortage by 2030. And there I found that there is indeed a legitimate shortage. In a press release by the AAMC, of which its president is sitting on our stage, Dr. Kurz. In a news release just in April of this year, by 2030, which is only 8 years after y'all graduate, the United States will be facing a shortage in primary care and non-primary care physicians of 120,000 physicians. So y'all think you got a bright future ahead? I think you do. With the age of America living longer and getting older, that press release said 30% of today's physicians, 30% of today's physicians in just the next 10 years will be over 65 years old. And if you look around the room, a lot of physicians have hair my color or no hair at all. And they will be leaving the profession. So there is a need and a shortage. And to answer this shortage, the AAMC says in their press release that universities and teaching hospitals need to be recognizing the significance of team approach, interdisciplinary relationships, and respect among the professions within the health professions. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's what NSU has been doing ever since 1994 when we merged with Southeastern. And the founder of that university, Dr. Morton Terry, firmly believed that there had to be respect among the various disciplines for interdisciplinary team-working relationships. And it's why our basic science is shared among all of the health professions of the 8 colleges now at NSU. So as students, and it's almost 300 of you, you will be exposed to exactly what the AAMC is saying is the future of physicians and medicine and healthcare in order to meet that shortage that's expected in just 10 to 12 years. So I congratulate you on becoming a part of NSU. Now, a good 10% of you came to NSU as undergrads. Those of you that were undergrads in the audience, raise your hand, who graduated from NSU. Well, welcome back. The other 90% of you went to some other university, and you may have gone like this, or you may have gone like that, or you may have even gone unbelievably like that. Well, we go like this here. Now, for those of you in the audience who don't know what this is, at least 10% of the students do. If you saw the big mural done by Guy Harvey, we are the sharks, the Mako sharks. We swim faster than any other shark in the ocean, we jump higher than any other shark in the ocean, and we devour all of our predators. And that's the way you will be when you graduate from NSU. So to those of you entering the Dr. Kiran C. Patel College of Osteopathic Medicine, and also those of you who are beginning the Dr. Kiran C. Patel College of Allopathic Medicine, you're both paving the way for the future of medicine as members of this charter class. It's a very, very momentous day. I'll tell you how Dr. Patel named both colleges. Dr. Patel is a cardiologist who came to this country as an immigrant. And as many immigrants, he found it difficult to work and to find place, but gradually over time, not only as a cardiologist, but an entrepreneur, he and his wife, who was a pediatrician, amassed great amounts of wealth over the last 45 years. And as such, he wanted to give back to the community as he got older and looked toward retiring himself. He saw osteopathic medicine as a way to try to bring humanism and expansions to areas in India and Africa, and expansion over on the west coast of Tampa. And he saw NSU as our College of Osteopathic Medicine as superlative in providing physicians in that area. So he wanted to give us some money. And as any president of any university, guess what I said? Yeah, thank you very much. So when he named the college Dr. Kiran C. Patel College of Osteopathic Medicine, he said, you know, George, I will be the first individual of Indian heritage to ever have a medical school named after them. So, as any good president would say who would like to see another gift, well, Dr. Patel, how would you like not only be the first person of Indian heritage, but the first person of any heritage to have 2 medical schools named after you? So for another $25 million, we have, for the first time, a $25 million gift for osteopathic medicine and a $25 million gift for allopathic medicine that'll go towards scholarships to help bright young men and women like you to come to medical school, all because of Dr. Kiran C. Patel. So it is only fitting that we are the only university in the nation that will train both Doctor of Medicine and Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine right here on the same campus. And we are the first and only university in the nation to host a combined white coat ceremony highlighting our emphasis on just what AAMC said we need to do: collaboration, mutual respect for all physicians, no matter the path they take to earn that degree. So today, as we celebrate, let's also thank Dr. Patel and his wife for what they've done by helping us university to bring forward and to allow young men and women to come and to go into that noble profession that I mentioned. I assure you that even though your white coat today is starched and clean, it'll still be hopefully white 4 years from now, no matter how much blood you feel like you may have lost during the next 4 years. But you will exemplify excellence, and you will learn to do much more than the basic science requires of you. As I tell all of the 23,000 students that we have here at NSU, by the time you graduate and receive that degree, I assure you, you will have that capability to unleash your potential to be a leader in any discipline you exercise and wish to undertake to do. So congratulations once again. And one other thing I assure you, nobody graduates at NSU. On the day of commencement, I require all students to give me a fins up. So no matter what you were before you came here, you are now sharks. So get in the habit of doing a fins up. You saw how I did it. On the count of 3, I'd like all 300 of you, and those of you in the audience, you've just become sharks as well. So let's all, on the count of 3, give your president a big fins up. 1, 2, 3, fins up. You look like you passed your first test. Have a great, great day.
Thank you, Dr. Hanberry. To officially start our ceremony today, it's my extreme honor to introduce Dr. Frederick Lichtman, Chancellor of the Health Professions Division. Dr. Frederick Lichtman is an extraordinary healthcare leader with a lifelong record of championing causes to support the underserved members of our community. He has served as Chancellor of Nova Southeastern University's Health Professions Division since 2004 and is responsible for 8 distinct colleges: osteopathic medicine, pharmacy, optometry, medical sciences, dental medicine, healthcare sciences, nursing, and allopathic medicine. Prior to joining what was then the Southeastern University in 1987, Dr. Lippman was a community pharmacist for more than 20 years. Chancellor Lippman served as a member of the Florida House of Representatives from 1978 to 1998. As a state lawmaker, Dr. Lippman fought for legislation to protect children, senior citizens, and to improve Florida's healthcare systems. His major legislative accomplishments included helping pass one of the nation's first child safety laws. He is known as the father of the Florida Area Health Education Center program, a federally funded program that works to improve the supply and distribution of primary care providers in medically underserved rural and urban areas by creating partnerships with academic centers. Please give me a warm round of applause for Chancellor Lippman.
Well, honored guests, honored speakers, Mr. President, deans, members of the Board of Trustees, but equally, if not more important, the wonderful new students that are about to enter into our family. And I reminded myself, just standing in the hallway talking to Dr. Hanbury, that I was present at the graduation of the first charter class of osteopathic medicine. I was the official speaker. And today, here we are, entering into the time when we have the first charter class of the School of Allopathic Medicine, and it gives me great pride to know that I took part in both of those entities. Let me remind your attention to the fact that I said that these students are entering into my family. So I want to talk to the parents, the loved ones around the room, and let you know that I really do mean that. So I want to ask your permission, because these next 4 years plus are going to be difficult on the students that are here. And, you know, they might miss mom and dad or husband or wife or significant other loved ones. So I want you to know that when I say, welcome into my family, I mean it. So I'm asking for your permission. Do I have it? The opportunity that exists here at Nova Southeastern University is beyond belief. Dr. Hanbury very clearly made statements about Dr. Morton Terry, who was the founder of Southeastern University of Health Sciences, which was the first school was the College of Osteopathic Medicine. And as Dr. Hanbury and I were discussing the possibilities of the creation of another college of medicine, the College of Allopathic Medicine, I reminded him of the fact that one of the last conversations I had with Dr. Terry was a reminder to me that when he hired me in 1987, actually it was 86, but they say 87, that he said, someday, Fred Lippman, there won't be this bias towards individuals in the health professions world, especially in the medical field. We will always have the opportunity to look at health professionals as members of the team. But more importantly, he said to me, you know, I fought every battle for the last 30 years relative to the bias of osteopathic medicine. But I'm going to tell you, someday, maybe before I leave this earth and maybe after, that there will be just one doctor. So here we are. So I welcome you, I thank you, and I only ask you to do a couple of things. You're going to hear it at graduation, and that's another thing. At most schools of health professions, They say, look to the right of you, look to the left of you, and then at graduation, one of those people won't be there. I'm going to tell you right now, you can look to the right and to the left of you, and the people who are sitting there who will be your colleagues in your profession will most likely, about 98% of them, will be here when you graduate and walk across this stage. So just work hard, remember your time management, but also the most important thing that you will hear at graduation also, because it's the mantra of our president, and that's respect and integrity. Never lose sight of the fact that you must respect not only your fellow classmates and professionals, but the teachers, the deans, the administrators, because they're only trying to do one thing, give you a good education. And I'll bet that you're going to get one heck of a good education. I wish you nothing but Godspeed, and thank you very much for choosing Nova Southeastern University.
Thank you, Dr. Lippman. Nova Southeastern University Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine students are assigned to one of 10 societies. The goals of the societies are: 1, to enhance student-faculty interaction; 2, to enhance student interaction, particularly across classes; 3, to provide a sense of community for students and faculty; and 4, to encourage the development of professional attitudes and behaviors among students. Each society is composed of approximately 25 students and at least 5 faculty members. Students remain in their designated society throughout their medical school experience and as alumni. This creates a unique sense of community that students experience from their very first day in medical school. Today, faculty members will quote the students of the respective societies. We will now commence with the ceremonial quoting of the Nova Southeastern University Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine students. We ask you to please hold your applause until the end of the quoting ceremony. Ms. Deborah Cohn-Steinkold will present the William G. Anderson Society and their members.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. Will the first group of faculty coders please come to the stage? It is such an honor to be representing the Anderson Society, named for Dr. William G. Anderson, a scholar, an accomplished surgeon, a leader in the civil rights movement, and the first African American to serve as president of the American Osteopathic Association. Are the Andersons ready? Come on up. Okay. Great. Brooke Alexander. Ryan Bavender. Shane Bernsteiner. Thomas Clem. Carly Forns. Bo Friedman. Alexandra Gasparova. Jake Herbert. Brittany Kennedy. Jessica Landau. Colin McKeegan. And Brianna Maddox. Congratulations, student doctors. You may be seated. Hold applause. And the next group of Andersons is here. Michael Matley. Joseph Mills. Serafina Musto. Felicia Orn. Aaron Perez Castaneda. Adam Rhodes. Chandani Samaru. Ishan Shah. Noreen Sheikh. Chris Soha. Evan Sturmer. Ashley Ryan Vidad. And Najla Sayed. Congratulations, student doctors. You may be seated. Okay. Thank you, faculty. You may be seated. I'd like to invite Dr. Cheryl Purvis to the podium to present the Louisa Burns Society members.
Thank you, Dr. Steinhold. Will the next group of faculty coders please come to the stage? Philip Alderi. Will the Burns Society students please come to the stage? Thank you. Okay. Philip Alderi. Jordan Batt. Aja Batai. Lauren Brown. Jiyoung Jung. Saruthi Damador. Pedro Garcia Rodriguez. Matthew Hellfinger. Harmon Carr. Katie Lamore. Tatiana Lestito. One more. Mathan Matthew. Let's congratulate these students. Thank you. Will the students please exit the stage and the next group? Sari Maturo. Carla Obijo. Melanie Perez, Kevin Pham, Shaman Robbins, Aman Sajad, Hamadra Shah, Hamid Sheikh, Felix Virgilis, Don Woody, Oscar Zernovsky, Congratulations, students. Will the faculty please remain for the next society? Thank you. Dr. Kenneth Johnson will present the Robert Klein Society. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Purvis. Will the Klein Society please come forward? Atif Ahmed, Michael Berry, Samantha Bartolone, Kimberly Bursey, Andrew Brown, Tobin Chakalu, Uwana Chowdhury, Maria Gounod, Theram Hashami, Jyothi Kukarutu, Alfredo Lamb, Brandon Laporte. Congratulations. You may leave the stage. Thank you. Marisu Mastropakwa, Yashwani Morpathi, Darby Oaks, Ilya Pilav, Manuru Hudaniwi, Gunter Rickenberger, Estefany Sines, Geraldine Sakaragras, Brian Shaw, Nicholas Smith, Shuri Trends, Paluvi Palagapodi, Michael Yin. Congratulations. You may be seated. Faculty coders on stage, please be seated, and thank you. Dr. Kelly Davis will present the Frederick Lippmann Society members.
I will be reading the names of the students for the Frederick Lippmann Society, our own HPD Chancellor at NSU since 1986. Okay. Nicole Anderez, Alan Barraza, Ryan Boyle, Anup Chauhan, Deepthi Gungaram, Stephen Harciron, Shayla Hernandez, Andrew Joseph, Caitlin Krolik, Patrick Mansell, Julian Montague. Congratulations, students. Please be seated. The next group, Ton Wen, Lena Nowacki, Vishesh Patel, Samantha Rubin, Vikram Sinai, Ian Sedon, Arjun Sharma, Shubnam Sinha, Benjamin Smith, Oleg Svetayez, Shannon Varghese, Tabitha Shezu, Congratulations, students. Please be seated.
Got free thumb ready. Free thumb ready.
Oh. Please be seated. All right, Dr. Marie Florent Carey will present the Anthony J. Silvani Society members. Stay.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Will the Silvani Society students please come forward? Mendy Abdelahad. Nicole Aguilar. Anne-Sophie Atungbre. Karina Bidani. Charles Bisbee. Diana Chan. Avi Fagan. Amirali Gavamraze. Rahil Ali. Amaya Jimenez. Kaylin Kirk. Ashley Long. Congratulations, students. You may be seated, students. Brittany McCord. Brittany Milo. Christy Narvilil. Neil Patel. Shivani Ramden. Tyler Rupal. Jonathan Fox. Pumbika Sharma, Prachi Singh, Taylor Smith, Claudia Tusa, Ben Warren, and Joshua Wright. Congratulations to all the students of the Silvani Society. You may be seated. Faculty coders on stage, please be seated. Dr. Samuel Snyder will present the Bradley Silverman Society members.
Thank you, Dr. Florent Carré. Will the next group of faculty coders please come to the stage? And I welcome the Bradley Silverman Society members to come to the stage. Claudia Admoon, Sahashahan Ashraf, Colton Beal, Maria Cash, Albert Dizone, Isabella Dreyfus, sorry for the feedback, Sean Freifeld, Sena Gawani, Kaylee Jeffrey, Carly Kendall, Alphonse Liu, Taylor Maze, congratulations, and you all may leave the stage. You may be seated. Yeah. Meghna Mendu, Alexander Nikolic, Kamal Patel, Freddie Prieto, Matthew Scales, Joshua Sharon, Monica Singh, Arthur Speziale, Christian Suma, Ong Yim Trung, Arden Woods. Congratulations, new members of the Silverman Society. And you may be seated, and faculty coders may be seated. Dr. David Thomas will present the A.T. Still Society members.
Thank you, Dr. Snyder. Will the A.T. Still candidates please prepare to come up on the stage? Dr. Still was the founder of osteopathic medicine. Mark Abramovitz, Magala Arias, Patrick Bernbella, Roberto Campos, Lilibert Diaz, Barbara Dominguez, Aubrey Goodman, Singa Ayla, Mohammed Khan, Lindsay Kitelighter, Gregory Kunis, Zachary Lynn, Alexandra Lubimova. And the new Still Society students can go exit right. Roger Mendez, Truck Wen, Aloki Patel, Rashmi Prasad, Megan Rouse, Christy Sanchez, Chelsea Savona, Lauren Shahin, Nadia Siddiqui, McKenna Tierney, Carly Whitaker, and Shirley Zaiton. And will the new Still Society members please exit the stage? And the faculty coders can be seated. Now Dr. Hadi Masri will announce the Morton Terry Society.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas. Will the next group of faculty coders please come to the stage? Cynthia Abraham, Justin Ryan Andrada, Osama Benalla, Joshua Burko, Peter Kamens, Marcos Clavijo Fernandez, Ralphie Doka, Scott Golden, Tira Howard, Monica Nguyen, Tara Koramshahi, Alyssa LaRoche. Congratulations to all of you. Terry Society may be seated now, and we'll bring up the next group. Okay. Matthew Lasser, Edwin Makrovich, Fatima Mimar, Morsal Osmani, Nicolette Natale, Alina Phillip, Gabriel Quinones Medina, Jonathan Rongo, Kimberly Savoya McHugh, Pooja Shaw, Jeffrey Shogun, William Tedjo, and Angela Vu. Congratulations to all of you. The faculty coders on stage, please be seated. And I'd like to announce our next speaker, Dr. Shanaz Patel, will present the James Turner Society members. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Masri. It gives me great pleasure to announce the Turner Society. Would the Turner Society please come to the stage? Patrick Anderson, Alyssa Benjamin, Anne Isabel Camus, Victoria Catala, Mary Clark, Atrine Debastani, Azhar Gumrah, Emma Hall, Rylan Holmberg, Yara Khalifa, Nicholas Lamposona, and Jillian Leibowitz. Please congratulate the Turner Society. You may take your seats. Sheryar Madni, Blake Mello, Rashil Nakri, Sarthak Parikh, Poonam Patel, Joseph Petkowitz, Camilo Rodriguez, Gregory Santos, Harthik Shah, Samantha Shurkin, Colin Tacey, and Daniel Villanova Toby. Please congratulate the Turner Society. You may take your seats. Okay. Faculty coders, stay on stage. Gives me great pleasure to invite Dr. Kenya Rivas to present the Ross Zavante Society members.
Good morning. It's an honor for me to present the Zavante students. Please come to the front. Christopher Aguirre, Natalia Aldana, Afroz Ali, Moishe Benjo, Monica Cabrera, Kellen Creech, Shelling Hamed, Michael Hinton, Jessica Kerpes, Anastasia Larkin, Alicia McCartney, Alexander Mikulka, Jody Nair, Abshai Abshayev. Please congratulate the students' doctors. Next set of students. Ryan Petit, Ocean Rai, Spencer Rice, Tara Salimi, Vignesh Shankar, Jason Shah, Jenna Sheldon, Leroy Swain, Erin Sweeney, Elizabeth Ta, Venkat Bienli, Susan Zhang. Please congratulate this group of medical students, doctor. Thanks. Students, be seated. Faculty members, please be seated.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to have our two students come up, Neil Sood and Ethan Joshua. Please come up to be coded.
Thank you. You may be seated. Each NSU MD student is assigned to one of two learning communities, the blue or the gray, which the students will soon rename. Each learning community is led by a physician mentor who models professional behaviors and promotes collegiality. The purpose of the learning communities is to provide students with a support structure throughout their academic careers. The mentors play no role in assessing the students. Rather, they guide them in their academic pursuits and help them face life challenges so they have an edge when they apply for their residencies and advance in their medical careers. We will now commence with the ceremonial coding of the Nova Southeastern University Doctor of Medicine students. We ask that you hold your applause until the end of the coding ceremony. Mr. Donald D. Pritchett, Jr. will present the students of the Blue Learning Community.
Good morning. I now have the distinct pleasure of asking for the first time ever the NSU MD faculty coders to please come to the stage. Would the first 13 students of the Blue community please proceed to the stage? Christina Antuna. Muhammad Ali Awan. Shadi Bajur. Brad Bozaro. Zachary Carroll. Nafisa Chowdhury. Caitlin H. Kokuzo. Romani Youssef Harkus. Kyle Stewart Huntley. Victoria Ip. Shivani Kashul. Chase Labis. June Lee. Faculty, will you please coat the students? Students, you may now exit the stage and return to your seats. I now ask the next 13 students, members of the Blue community, to please come to the stage. Amy Liu. Stephanie Danielle Pearson. Joshua Raber. Samuel Rainey. Uma Devi Ramator. Noreen Rashid, Nasir Siddiqui, Harman Singh, Mason Sutherland, Therese M. Vidal, Reed Bennett Wise, Alexa Nguyen, and Eric Carlton Young. Faculty, will you please coach the students? Students, you may now return to your seats. Faculty, please remain. Dr. Suzanne Templer will present the students of the Gray Learning Community.
Good morning. Will the members of the Gray Learning Community please come to the stage? Parveer Ajla, Neha Bapatla, Mitchell Byrne, Piero Carletti, Sotiris Haniotakis, Brianna Kokuzo, Snigtha Das, Haley Ehrlich, Stephen Hartman, Mashtura Hassan, Hannah Landsberger, Becky Lee, Samantha Marazita, faculty, please coach the students. Congratulations, students, you may now be seated. Will the second group of Gray Learning Community students please come to the stage? Evan McElroy, Matthew McGilvery, Eliza Minyaya, Joel Mintz, Nuvera Musin, Jackie Wynn, Jeremiah Oja, Connor Oslin, Jacob Oster, Luis Santi Esteban, Brendan Sen Crow, Adam Shear, Sydney Stillman, and Caitlin Williams. Faculty, please coach the students. Students, you may now return to your seats. NSU MD faculty coders on the stage, please be seated.
Take a look around. That's the best looking group of medical students I've ever seen. Wouldn't you agree? It's my extreme pleasure now to introduce a few of our distinguished guests. From our Board of Trustees, it is my extreme pleasure to introduce our Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Barry Silverman. Chairman of the Board of Governors, Dr. Martin Press. Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer, Dr. Harry Moon. Vice Chancellor, Dr. Irv Rosenbaum. Very important people for all of us. I'd like you to look around at some of the most distinguished guest medical students, and that's your family and friends. Please rise and give them a round of applause. I'm pretty sure they could tell that you meant it. It's my pleasure to introduce the Dr. Kiran C. Patel College of Osteopathic Medicine's distinguished speaker. Tyler Simett, DO, is the Chief of Clinical Education at the American Association of Colleges of Osteopathic Medicine and immediate past president of the Maryland State Medical Society. He is trained in primary care internal medicine at Yale University of Medicine and currently practices at the University of Maryland. Dr. Simett also leads the Health Professions Consortium in Maryland. At the AACOM, Dr. Simett staffs groups of chairs of family medicine, osteopathic manipulative medicine, and clinical deans, among others. He recently edited 2 books, Inner Strength, Osteopathic Medical Students Reflect on Resiliency, Glossary of Osteopathic Terminology, and other textbooks. Please welcome Dr. Simett.
Thank you. I bring you greetings from ACOM, the American Association of Colleges of Osteopathic Medicine, and our president and CEO, Dr. Stephen Shannon, who's led our organization for 13 years and helps oversee the 34 colleges at 51 locations and representing the over 20% of medical students who ascribe to the osteopathic philosophy. As you will learn in medical school, health often interferes with the best laid plans and the best organization, and he was unable to be here. So as an alumnus of NSU, I was very happy and proud to be given this opportunity. I want to congratulate each and every one of you because each of you has a story on how you got here. That includes work, time, focus, attainment of skills that makes you a very unique group because you all come here from different skill sets, different groups, and going to bring different strengths to your education. I want to thank you for choosing Nova Southeastern University, a huge tribe of educated individuals in many fields that's focused on Florida with their own traditions and way of doing things. And I want to welcome you to the medical profession. There are smart people here who care for and make life easier and more comfortable for the people we care about. The white coat ceremony marks your entry into a community, the profession, and a physician's way of thinking. And that's what I want to talk about for the next 5 minutes. The physician way of thinking, the community you're entering, and the profession. We are going to get you to think like doctors. We are going to separate you from other people. You're entering an educational process that will have you think methodically, systematically, safely, and always with an appreciation and understanding that it's people we're caring for and people that are our primary responsibility. Then we'll get you to start to accumulate facts, more facts than you thought possible, more facts than organic chemistry. And from the beginning, we'll fill your head with information to help you figure out how people work and think. The medical facts you're getting are about us as humans. Is 25 to 35 years of age the peak of life? How can you tell if the inside age is the same as the outside age? Do medical students really need to sleep? And how long can you go without sleep or caffeine? How many quarterdeck dogs can you fit in the stomach of an NSU student? And if you expand it from 1 liter to 4, how many more can you get in there? When do people lose the ability to duck walk or do the 30-second stand? How long is the perfect piece of poop? You'll talk about things that no one else talks about. Learning these facts will allow students to feel like they know something. It will reveal what we know and what we don't know, and what we understand and think we understand. And when it seems like things don't connect, you'll understand that it's not a perfect science. And there is a lot of discomfort. When I went to Nova Southeastern in 1984, there was no AIDS, no SARS, no SIRS, no Twitter, no Facebook, no iPads, no iPhones. And a lot of what we were taught, we knew was wrong. Prediabetes, ulcers. With the knowledge that we're giving you a lot of placeholders. We're giving you a way of thinking, a way of using facts so that you can take care of people. Because no matter how much knowledge you have when you start to take care of people, you'll be scared and uncomfortable. And that's not all bad, because when it's people's lives you're taking care of, you need to be scared. You need to have support. But we do want to make you comfortable being uncomfortable by having you have people to turn to, by having you understand how you're making decisions, and that if you're doing it the best way possible, you should be comfortable. Because you'll see people die. You'll see people's families' lives changed because of health. It isn't easy. It's impossible to wash a lot of it off of our psyche. Bad things will happen, and you have to be ready and have some place to turn for support. Before I get to the community, we're going to teach you to think in differentials. This is one of the things that will separate you from other people. As a doctor, we'll teach you not to jump to conclusions, to continue to ask questions, to make decisions on incomplete information only after you've explored getting all the information you need. And when there's no choice, you at least have to consider the most serious causes. To describe differential diagnosis and differential thinking here in Florida, if you go hiking in the Everglades and you hear a splash, is it an alligator or a squirrel? Could it be a snake, an iguana, or an axolotl? Do you rush in and look, or do you stand back and examine? Do you assume it to be a bird because it was a bird the last time? And how do you deal with your friend who's sure it's an alligator because he saw an alligator there once? And do you let them take off running? Your job, and what we want to train you to do, is to be the calm, rational one, always seeking more information, always seeking answers. And while your non-medical friends will see you as irritating and the questioning one, and your children, and it may not seem the most efficient way of doing things, it's the only way to make sure you're comfortable with the decisions you make and the practice you're conducting. So part 2, the community. Physicians are their own community. We will talk about things that no one else talks about. We will touch people, we will interact with people in ways that others don't. Doctors are different, and you have to turn to other doctors for help. And even more, you have to turn to other doctors who are living through the system and their lives at the same time and in the same way you are. Because everything we do in medicine can and will be done differently. Change is the only constant, and the only time not to expect change is if you're dealing with a vending machine. In America today, there are more NPs and PAs graduating into the healthcare system than there are DOs and MDs. The culture is changing. And it's you, the science-based, fully trained, over-assessed, and tested students who are becoming full physicians who will understand others in this group best. And you will have to provide care to your colleagues as well as your patients. You will have to be that community. So we welcome our MD counterparts, and we will share more in common with our MD counterparts than in the old guys standing up here trying to tell you what life was like in 1984. And while we do things a little differently in osteopathic medicine, and we will share with you our musculoskeletal training, we will look to you for help in research and health system science. When we're in trouble, we are going to call the closest friend we have. I can tell you I've often called up hospitals nearby, and it's not MD, DO, it's what's your expertise, what's your knowledge, can you help me, and can you do a better job than I can do for the patient I'm taking care of? It takes a team. And that team will include not only our MD colleagues, but optometrists, dentists, podiatrists, therapists, pharmacists, and yes, even administrators are going to be part of that team. And the third thing that you're entering is a profession. A profession has responsibilities. It has rules. It has a way of interacting with the world that doesn't make practice easy, but it does make sure it's rewarding. It does give you a sense of self that really is unmatched. There are rules that will set you apart from others. Our standards are high. And I will sum it up by saying your obligation as a physician, as a professional, is to do the best for each individual in front of you. Not the best for the most, not the easiest, not the most common, but to take care of the person in front of you. And they are the most important thing, and they are what will matter. So I want to end by expressing my appreciation. I found myself in medicine. This profession gave me a position in society, a way of relating to people, a place in my community, and a community of like-minded, caring professionals that have built a great life for me. I hope the same for all of you. So while many of you may wonder what your 4-year-old selves were thinking when you chose to become doctors, you didn't have differential diagnosis yet or differential thinking, the knowledge you get in medical school is incredibly valuable. The tools of your trade will be in your head. They will go with you everywhere. Knowing the power of your knowledge should make you feel proud. So I welcome you to the community of physicians. Yasher Koch. Let's go out and make the world healthier. Fins up.
Thank you, Dr. Simmet. Dr. Feevik.
Good morning, students. Good morning, distinguished faculty, families, and guests. My name is Johannes Feevik. I'm the founding dean of the Dr. Kiran C. Patel College of Allopathic Medicine. I'm honored to share the stage today with several leaders in academic medicine and medical education. Dr. Simmet, thank you for your leadership at AACOM in medical education. To my colleague Elaine Wallace, I look forward to continue working with you at the faculty and student level and pursue our joint quest for excellence in medical education, research, and patient care. I think this is important. Now I have the distinct honor to introduce a national physician leader who has become one of the most respected and influential medical voices in the nation. Dr. Darrell Kirsch is a distinguished physician, educator, and medical scientist who led 2 academic medical institutions as dean, senior vice president for health affairs, and as the hospital CEO before ascending to his role as the president and CEO of the Association of American Medical Colleges, the organization that represents most of the nation's medical school, teaching hospitals, and academic medical societies. Dr. Kirsch is an extraordinary visionary leader who has made a major national income along the triple mission of the medical professions. He has created a legacy of excellence and has elevated all physicians through his work as the leader of the AMC. Dr. Kirsch is actively traveling and is working on achieving his goal of visiting all 151 LCME-accredited medical schools. We are now honored to have him here that he moved NSU on top of his list when he heard about the distinct opportunity of addressing an inaugural MD class alongside with a new class of DO students in the first joint white coat ceremony. This is truly a historic moment for the medical professions and in the field of medical education. Without further ado, I would like to introduce Dr. Darrell Kirsch.
It's actually true. I'm trying to visit all 151, and as of today, I only have 11 left. So, I realize that I am standing between you and hundreds of people who want to take photos with you as soon as this is over. So I will be brief. But I have to share with you, as I sat on the stage and all the students came up, I was thinking, I entered medical school over 40 years ago. And the amazing thing is I have memories from my time in medical school that are as vivid today as the day they happened. And I think other physicians of my era in the audience and sitting here have the same experience. There are just things that stick with you, and you think about them in later years, they're as vivid as ever. So we didn't have a white coat ceremony. My memory is that we were told to go to the bookstore and buy a white coat, which we did dutifully. And when I first put my white coat at home, on at home in the privacy of my room in front of a mirror, I had the same phenomenon that you may have noticed when the students today put their coats on, which is I started wiggling and tugging at the sleeves and buttoning and unbuttoning and trying to make it fit. And what I came to realize is the problem isn't the coat. You told them the size you needed. The problem is actually that it requires you receiving a series of gifts before the coat actually starts to feel natural, feels like it fits for you. So I have a vivid memory of my first day in anatomy class. We had a traditional class, and I can still recall changing clothes into the appropriate laboratory wear and going into where the cadaver was. And my memory is wondering, can I really do this? Am I tough enough to deal with all the things that I have to encounter, starting with facing the human body in this manner? And what I came to realize is that in studying anatomy, somebody had given their body to us in death so that we could understand life. How many people get a gift like that? It's extraordinary. You will have early clinical experiences that will keep your interest in medicine going. They sequestered us away for 2 years before they allowed us to have a clinical experience. And I remember the first time I was allowed to go into the hospital room alone to take a history and do a physical exam on a patient. And so I got past my anxiety. I walked into the room and introduced myself to the patient and said, "I'm the medical student who will be helping take care of you." And as soon as he heard the words medical student, this look of concern swept over his face. This man, this was a Denver VA hospital. This man was the age my father was at the time. And he looked very ill. He looked very down on his luck in many ways. And the gift he gave me was helping me see his real story beyond how ill he was. He was a World War II veteran like my father, and like my father, he had fought through the Battle of the Bulge. He was part of America's greatest generation, and yet he was ill, frail, dying, in fact, in that hospital room. He gave me the gift of telling me his story, which allowed me to really see the person that he was. I remember being at what was then called Denver General Hospital on the obstetrics and gynecology rotation. And I was eagerly waiting to be told, to use the phrase that's used, that it was my turn to catch the baby. And when I was told, it seemed that I was the last in line, but finally I had my opportunity. And I can still vividly remember delivering this beautiful baby. The mother did some things too, but this beautiful baby into my hands, and at that moment, the attending obstetrician leaned close to me, and I thought, this is the moment in which he says something like, "My son, today you are truly a doctor," and instead he whispered, "I really wish you wouldn't hold the baby quite so tightly." I relaxed, I handed the baby to the parents, and only in retrospect do I realize that couple gave me the gift of allowing me to share in what was arguably one of the most intimate moments in their lives. Those are the precious gifts that you're going to receive over the next 4 years and really throughout your entire career. They not only will help the coat feel natural, they will sustain you in the face of the challenges you'll face. Which really brings me to the question, what will you give back? I know for certain, having talked with hundreds, if not thousands of medical students, you are deeply committed to giving back the gift of empathy, of compassion. The problem you'll face is that sometimes is very difficult. Increasingly, the computer screen sitting on the desk, the technology around you in the clinic and the hospital room, they all get in the way of conveying that compassion. They can make you listen but not really hear truly what your patients are saying. Strive as hard as you can to maintain that sense of human link. Your patients desperately want you to give them that gift. Yesterday, I had the privilege of meeting with the MD students over lunch, and we talked a little bit about the problem that many physicians experience at some point in their career of becoming burned out. What I said yesterday and what I want to emphasize is give each other the gift of support. I think all too many physicians and the pressures they face today begin to feel isolated, and it starts to wear on them. They may get a little cynical. You can help each other get past that. You can support each other. You can bring out the best in each other. And the last gift I'd like to ask you to give really relates to another memory I have from medical school. I never believed that I would be standing here today, 40 years later, and we would still be in a country in which a lot of people are left out in the cold when it comes to health care. They don't have insurance in too many cases, and you see them when they've ignored their illness as long as they could and finally come into the emergency room, much more ill than they really needed to be. I wouldn't have believed. I imagined that we wouldn't have haves and have-nots in America. I imagined I could speak to a room like this and there wouldn't be people in the room, as I know there are, who don't have health insurance, who may be worried that the illness they've just been diagnosed with will medically bankrupt their family. We are a better nation than this, and we're a better profession than this. So why don't you join with my generation? Let's give the gift to our nation of really creating a better healthcare system. Thank you. Thank you. There's something about the aging process, but these days when I have the privilege of doing something like this, speaking at a white coat ceremony, I look at the faces in the room and I realize it's only a matter of time until I'm looking up from the gurney and one of them will be my doctor. Therefore, I especially hope your experience here at NSU is a wonderful one and that you become the kind of physician I'll be proud to have treating me and my family. Thank you so much for letting me share in this.
Thank you, Dr. Kirsch. That was beautiful. Dr. Elaine Wallace currently serves as the Dean at Nova Southeastern University's Dr. Kiran C. Patel College of Osteopathic Medicine. Dr. Wallace holds the rank of professor in the Department of Osteopathic Principles and Practice and Sports Medicine, and is the residency director for the Nova Southeastern University DO Sports Medicine Fellowship. Dr. Wallace is certified in family medicine, sports medicine, and neuromuscular medicine. She's been elected Faculty Member of the Year 11 times. She was a Harvard Mercy Scholar in physician education. She's been influential in extending medicine beyond the doctor's office and medical school with the development and implementation of programs in middle schools and grammar schools, and is a national leader in the medical outreach programs. Please welcome Dr. Elaine Wallace, Dean of the NSU College of Osteopathic Medicine.
Good morning, distinguished members of the class of 2022. Devoted family, Dr. Hambury, Dr. Moon, Dr. Lippman, Dr. Kirsch, Dr. Slimet, Dr. Vivek, faculty colleagues, members of the Board of Governors and Trustees, and friends. It is truly an honor for me to be here today as the Dean of the Dr. Kiran C. Patel College of Osteopathic Medicine at Nova Southeastern University, and this is one of my favorite activities of the year. My job today is to speak to you very briefly about the significance of the white coat ceremony. White coat ceremonies in medical schools began about 25 years ago at a medical school in Chicago, Illinois. They are now held in over 120 medical schools in the United States and are performed in medical schools worldwide, from Austria to Australia, from Pakistan to Poland, from Germany to Jamaica. The white coat, however, was not always the garb of a physician. Before the 10th century, doctors did not wear white coats, but rather they wore black robes. Some scholars suggest that these black robes were to signify the formality of a tuxedo or the solemnity of a clerical robe. But the commoners believed that black robes was the color of doctors because physician treatments and their success rates were so poor that black robes served to announce that they were the harbingers of the funeral attires of the undertakers. Through the last 2 centuries, however, doctors and medicine have come a long way. Arsenic is no longer the #1 prescribed medication as it was for centuries. Antibiotics and antivirals have cured millions of infections, proving much more effective than leeches. MRIs and CAT scans and endoscopies have made diagnosis more accurate, and antisepsis and anesthesia have made surgery humane. Where doctors once signaled the advent of serious and often fatal illness, our professional opinions are now welcomed and our knowledge in diagnosing and treating disease is sought after. Physicians have become respected partners with patients in seeking the health and well-being of life. With this transition, the white coat has become a symbol of modern medicine. It is now a symbol of the caring and the compassion and the trust that patients place in their doctors. It is now a symbol of hope. I am sure it is difficult for you to fathom that 8 months ago, members of the class of 2022, most of you were college students with dreams, and today those dreams are coming true. You have put on the coat of your calling. You have prepared the majority of your life for this one moment, the day that you take on the mantle of your profession. This white coat symbolizes your great responsibility, and when you wear it, you will be patient confidant, patient advocate, healer, educator, and patient friend. Every time you put on this coat, you should remember the great privilege that you have, for in this coat, you will help bring people into the world, and you will help patients and families learn to live the healthiest possible lives that they are able to do. And you will have difficult conversations in these coats. And in this coat, you will help people make their transitions out of life. This white coat is the cloak of our privilege and our responsibility as physicians. This coat transforms you from who you were to whom you are about to become. I want to speak briefly to the parents and the family of our newest medical students. You have prepared these young people for this journey. I am sure that each of you has recognized sometime in the life of your child that each young person here is gifted and very special. You have given them the opportunities in life, you have given them morality and ethics and love and kindness, and you have held them for many years. And perhaps you have given them the greatest gift of all when you opened your hands and you allowed them to fly. This ceremony honors you as well. These are remarkable young men and women who will make a difference in this world. We recognize that you have entrusted us with the most precious people in your lives, and we thank you sincerely for allowing us to be your partners in shaping the lives of your children. We take them from your hands, and we will hold them close as well, and we will respect them, and we will teach them, and we will mold them. And then when the time comes, as you, we will open our hands and our arms, and we too will help them to take flight. So in summary, my student doctors, you are now a junior colleague of great and caring faculty, one of the best professions in the United States. We are impressed by the knowledge that you bring to this venture. We are rejuvenated by your enthusiasm. We're excited to walk with you in the next leg of your journey. And we are so helpful and so expectant of the great things that we know that you will all do. Dr. Vivek and I pledge to you our best. Our faculties pledge the same thing, the best on this journey. We are so proud of who you are and who you are becoming, and we welcome you to the great brotherhood and sisterhood of healers. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wallace. That was beautiful. Dr. Johannes Vivek joined Nova Southeastern University in 2016 as the founding dean of the newly renamed Dr. Kiran C. Patel College of Osteopathic Medicine. Since then, he has put together a team of experts and led the NSU MD College through challenging LCME preliminary accreditation process. Dr. Vivek is a board-certified urologist specializing in prostate cancer and research. He trained and served at several prominent institutions, including Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center and Duke University, before joining the University of Florida, where he was appointed as founding chairman of the Department of Urology. Among his many achievements, he led the program to be ranked 18th in the nation and #1 in Florida by U.S. News and World Report. Prior to joining Nova Southeastern University, Dr. Vivek was awarded a one-year Jefferson Science Fellowship at the National Academy of Science. In that capacity, he served as a senior science and technology advisor to the U.S. Department of State in the development of foreign policy related to issues of global health and human security. Please welcome Dr. Johannes Vivek.
Good morning again. Today marks a milestone in the making. When I first met Dr. Hanbury at a dinner in 2015 to discuss NSU's new directions in healthcare, we talked about essential questions. What should a medical school of the future look like? How can NSU advance its position as a leader in medical education? What type of graduates would we like to produce? And last but not least, how we can be better serve our communities and improve health in our community and beyond. Our visions, of course, were ambitious, but well aligned, and together we would lay the foundation to create a new model, a new collaborative and integrated model of the medical schools of the future. Today, more than 3 years of countless hours of planning, we mark a historic moment of our brief history. We welcome, and I want to recognize you, 53 eager, intelligent, and inquisitive founders who forever will be remembered as the charter class of the Kiran C. Patel College of Allopathic Medicine, NSU MD. This group of diverse individuals from all around the country are part of a new generation that has grown up with screens, apps, and information at their fingertips. At an average age of 24, this MD class is together a part of Generation Z. You are global, entrepreneurial, self-directed, focused, authentic change agents, and this exactly is the DNA of NSU MD. Want to recognize that. We will never be content with the status quo, and we pledge not only to provide our students with the necessary medical knowledge, but more importantly, develop a patient-centric, compassionate approach that allows high-quality, high-value care and wellness throughout our communities. We will focus on developing physician leaders who are adaptable to the ever-changing climate of healthcare and continues to strive for excellence. As the first students in a new and innovative medical program, you will blaze a trail for those to follow, and you will shape the future of medicine, and you will ever be remembered as the charter class. Welcome to NSU MD. On behalf of our faculty and student body, I would also welcome the students in the Kiran C. Patel College of Osteopathic Medicine. We commend you on your achievements, wish you many successes, and look forward to work with you and to collaborate with you on a daily basis at the student level. Thanks for all your help and support all together. Wanted to recognize the families, and thanks for being here. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Dr. Fievig. Today we take part in the celebration of our students to medical school. Our own dedicated student body separates Nova Southeastern University from other medical schools. I'd like all the senior students participating in our program to stand and be recognized. They've been a big help in our program. There you are. Thank you. It is with great pride that I introduce our next speaker, student Dr. Michael Goldstein, Student Government Association President and Pre-Doctoral Osteopathic Principles and Practice Fellow.
Good morning, President Hanbury, Dr. Lippman, Dr. Moon, Dean Wallace, Dean Fievig, distinguished physicians and faculty, fellow students, and beloved family and friends. On behalf of the Student Government Association, it is an honor to be given the opportunity to welcome you all to Nova Southeastern University, Dr. Kiran C. Patel College of Osteopathic Medicine and College of Allopathic Medicine. Having just completed my second year of medical school, I can attest that the journey ahead of you will be incredibly rewarding, but equally as challenging. There will be days like today filled with excitement and anticipation, among long nights filled with studying and your new best friend, coffee. To quote Randy Pausch, the brick walls are not there to keep us out. The brick walls are there to give us a chance to show how badly we want something. There will be times in your medical career that will feel like you're facing a brick wall. We've all been there. If there's one thing you take away from my speech, let it be this: it's okay to not be okay. When these times come, don't ever hesitate to reach out. You are surrounded by people who care about your well-being and who want you to succeed. It's a sad fact that rates of anxiety and depression are on the rise amongst medical students throughout the country. Be aware of this, not only for yourself, but for your colleagues as well. Be there for each other, support each other, and make sure that everyone in these seats today becomes the best, most capable, and happiest physician they can be. You all have the same goal. Help each other reach that goal. For many of you, this will be the first time since high school that you and your friends will have the same class and testing schedule. In other words, when you have free time, so will your friends. Your social life will flourish over the next 2 years. That being said, you will still need to work hard. Your friends and study buddies will be one and the same. Having that support system is the best way to get through the next couple of years, especially when times get tough, and they will. While there have been many days I have been stressed and exhausted, I have enjoyed every bit of my education here at Nova Southeastern University. I hope each one of you finds the joy I have through the challenges that lie ahead. Remember, if it were easy, everyone would become a physician, because, in my young opinion, this is the best job in the world. I would like to leave you with some advice. First, to all of your family and friends. Medical school is hard. Believe them when they say they need to study, and give them the space they will need to succeed. Second, to all of the students, remember to make time for your family and friends. Medical school is hard. You are going to need to take breaks. I promise you, taking a night off is not going to break your GPA. In fact, it may be the rest you need to succeed. I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. That was beautiful. Dr. Mark Sandhouse, the Associate Dean of Administration for the Nova Southeastern University Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine College, will read the Oath of Commitment.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. The Oath of Commitment can be found in your program right at the center fold. I ask that all members of the Dr. Kiran C. Patel College of Osteopathic Medicine class of 2022 please stand and recite the oath with me at this time. As I embark upon the study of osteopathic medicine at the Nova Southeastern University Dr. Kiran C. Patel College of Osteopathic Medicine, I will enter into a relationship of mutual respect with my teachers and my colleagues to enhance the learning environment and gain the knowledge, skills, and attitudes of an exemplary physician. I accept responsibility only for those matters for which I am competent, maintaining the trust expected of a physician. I will be ever cognizant of the human and medical needs of each patient, acknowledging that healing also involves the spirit and that a physician must exemplify humane, holistic, and compassionate care. I will value the knowledge and wisdom of the physicians who have preceded me and endeavor to contribute to this tradition. I will recognize my strengths and my weaknesses and strive to develop those qualities that will earn the respect of my patients, my colleagues, my family, and myself. I will continue this learning throughout all the days of my life. Congratulations. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Sandhouse. Dr. Darrell Kirsch will give the Hippocratic Oath.
So would each and every one of the 53 members of the MD class of 2022 please stand? And along with me, we will recite the modern Hippocratic Oath. I swear to fulfill, to the best of my ability and judgment, this covenant. I will respect the hard-won scientific gains of those physicians in whose steps I walk, and gladly share such knowledge as is mine with those who are to follow. I will apply for the benefit of the sick all measures which are required, avoiding those twin traps of overtreatment and nihilism. I will not be ashamed to say, I know not, nor will I fail to call in my colleagues when the skills of another are needed for a patient's recovery. I will respect the privacy of my patients, for their problems are not disclosed to me that the world may know. Most especially must I tread with care in matters of life and death. If it is given to me to save a life, all thanks. but it may also be within my power to take a life. This awesome responsibility must be faced with great humbleness and awareness of my own frailty. Above all, I must not play at God. I will remember that I do not treat a fever chart, a cancerous growth, but a sick human being whose illness may affect the person's family and economic stability. My responsibility includes these related problems if I am to care adequately for the sick. I will prevent disease whenever I can, for prevention is preferable to cure. I will remember that I remain a member of society with special obligations to all my fellow human beings, those sound of mind and body as well as the infirm. If I do not violate this oath, may I enjoy life and art, respected while I live and remembered with affection thereafter. May I always act so as to preserve the finest traditions of my calling, and may I long experience the joy of healing those who seek my help. Thank you, congratulations, and Godspeed to all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Kirsch. Hopefully, by now you all realize that we are all now family. And with that in mind, I'd like to close the ceremony today. Please join us for refreshments on the second floor, and I mean everybody, in the Recplex. Students, we'd like you to stay until the faculty leaves the auditorium. Thank you all very much and have a beautiful day.